Hey guys, Shadow Ninja here, and as always, welcome back to Rage Quit. For this video, we are going to be revisiting the changes I would personally like to see be added into Star Wars Battlefront 2 for the third time. As said in my previous video, if there was something I missed, check out the last two videos or leave a suggestion to something I haven't mentioned already. Alright, let's get into this. The first change will be a very subtle cosmetic tweak to Darth Vader when he uses his Focus Rage ability. This ability is one of Vader's best, and it really makes him more tanky and threatening. I believe in Empire Strikes Back as well as Rogue One, Vader had red eyes. What if when he uses Focus Rage in game, his eyes turn red as well, maybe even glow a little bit? Just imagine being on a night version of various maps and all you see is blood red eyes and a lightsaber flying towards you. The second change will be emotes for the heroes. In the previous Battlefront, each hero had 3 exclusive emotes using the up, left, and right buttons on the D-pad. In Battlefront 2, we are only limited to 2 emotes for the left and right D-pad buttons, while the top gives us a brief overview of what our abilities can do. While I think the ability overview is okay, most players already know what the abilities are, and most of the time the up button is barely used. I would personally like to see this switched out with a third emote to give heroes one more customizable emote slot. And by the way, the emotes for Iden Versio, Leia, Chewbacca, Han Solo, and probably others need to be fixed as some of them don't activate when the buttons are pressed. Another addition to see these emotes would be more iconic sayings like, "I have a bad feeling about this" for Han, "You scruffy looking nerf herder" for Leia, "Don't make me destroy you," and "You don't know the power of the dark side" for Vader, "As you wish" for Boba Fett, even though I think he says it sometimes when he spawns in, and "Destroy the Sith we must" for Yoda, and of course, "I am the Senate" for Palpatine. Our third change would be something a little bit different to what we've gotten so far cosmetic-wise. We could potentially be able to unlock premiere skins for our heroes. We would be able to either buy them with credits or use up skill points for already existing heroes and use them towards a wild card. The wild card, or premiere skins, will let heroes and villains don the appearances, voice lines, abilities, and even weapons as another hero. For example, a wild card for Darth Maul will let him turn into Savage Opress with different voice lines from the Clone Wars animated series. A wild card for Boba Fett would turn him into Jango Fett, which wouldn't be too hard considering he's voiced by the same person, but Boba Fett's blasters would be swapped out with Jango's double pistols, and instead of rocket barrage, Jango would be able to use his jetpack rocket that would use a single projectile that would cause major splash damage in the surrounding area, and the damage would be equivalent to every individual rocket from Rocket Barrage. Leia would use a wild card to transform into Padme Amidala. Padme would use the Naboo Stinger pistol she used in The Phantom Menace as a substitute for Leia's pistol, and instead of an E11 ultimate ability, Padme would use the standard assault rifle the droids have, considering she used this in Attack of the Clones. Maybe Anakin Skywalker could be a premiere skin for Luke, considering the two of them are directly related. Maybe the devs could even make different melee attack models for the both of them, but I can definitely see Anakin performing a Saber Dash or even a Force Repulse. These wild cards would be more expensive than regular star card upgrades. A normal unlocking of a card as well as upgrading costs 1 skill point. To unlock a wild card, the hero I just listed and others would have to spend 5 skill points to unlock it. The card would not have to be upgraded, but it would have to be in the deck of the character's playable star cards. If it is included within the 3 playable star cards, the wild card would be used to transform the characters. I think this would be a great tool to include more prequel and possibly sequel trilogy heroes and villains without making an entirely new character. This could also help games be more realistic to the Star Wars canon. Having Padme on Naboo fighting with clones will be a lot more reasonable than Leia fighting with clones against battle droids. I know Battlefront 2 often encourages you to play heroes in that particular era by making their heroes less expensive to play as versus a hero who had no involvement in that era. Another change could be the inclusion of an additional slot for star cards. In the previous Battlefront, we were able to have 3 star cards and a trait card in our deck. And sometimes I feel like 3 slots aren't enough considering we have so many alternate playstyles at our disposal. Plus, the inclusion of the wild cards would also mean we could still use our full deck and have the wild card on the side without it interfering with our hero loadouts. Our last change will include the addition of HUT contracts from Battlefront 2015. These contracts were used to obtain weapons and star cards. I believe this feature will be added in for the Han Solo DLC, but nonetheless, I'm putting it on the list anyway. These contracts could allow us to do intense challenges that could give us a limited time XP or credit boost as a reward, or maybe it could give us crystals to use for appearances instead of spending our credits. By the way, there are glitches within certain maps like the Death Star and Bespin maps that allow people to clip through the terrain and gain the upper hand during battles. This is something I also wanted to address. Alright guys, that's my list of personal changes I'd like to see be changed in Battlefront 2. Vader's eye color for Focus Rage, the addition of an extra emote slot for heroes and more iconic sayings, wild cards that act as premiere skins for heroes and villains, another star card loadout slot, the addition of HUT contracts and map clipping issues. If you like this list and think that these changes should be implemented, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new and want to see more Rage Quit content. I'll see you on the next one.